Hey yo, Commander's one of those formats in Magic that just gets your jimmy jumping, dude. Let me tell you how much fun I have playing Commander. Not gonna tell you, gonna take too long. But what I will tell you are 5 Commanders, and not just any 5, but 5 more, because that's right, this is a sequel. 5 more Commanders that change how you play Magic the Gathering. Let's get right down to the business. Yeah, I was supposed to upload this like last week. I apologize for the late video. You know, I'm working on it. With that said, guys, I got 5 Commanders for y'all to check out, potentially build, and see some unique things. Hopefully I show you something new. And if I don't show you something new, yo, throw it in the comments. Tell me something that you wish you would have saw, or something I should put on the next video, because I did take a suggestion for this video. Let me tell you, it does slap. With that all out of the way, let's get to the video. We're going to start with something strong, something real fun, something that I'm just proud of looking at. Yedora, Grave Gardener. You heard that right. This mono green monstrosity. And when I mean monstrosity, not really that big of a monster, but still a really dope commander. Because you know what this commander does differently than everything else? It returns your creatures back as a damn land. Do you know how useful that is? Do you know what you can do with that? Do you know? I do. I know some fun things, and let me tell you, Earthbending is a phenomenal trick with this one. Let's say you have Vornaclex, right? The mean one. No, not the nice one, the mean one. Okay, so you say you have the mean Vornaclex out, and somebody removes him because, well, why wouldn't you, right? So he gets removed, comes back as a land. Well, now say we have Avatar Kyoshi in play. Avatar Kyoshi on combat will turn that land that was a Vornaclex into a 8/8 Earthbended creature, which is great, and also untaps it. Now say we sacrifice that land to greater good. Now we draw 8 cards, discard 3. Great. Oh my god, I just want to play a mono green card draw deck like crazy. And then you sacrifice the Earthbended creature. It comes back. Guess what? Earthbend says it comes back tapped under its control. It gets returned to the battlefield face up, and so then therefore our Vornaclex comes back in play. Therefore, none of our creatures can actually die. They come back as forest. And if we have ways to Earthbend them, we can literally just get them back. I think that's a really cool play. And on top of that, this is also a really good landfall commander. This is my first pick, dude. I don't want to go too crazy on this one, but I'm telling you guys, this commander definitely changes the way you play. You're literally turning your creatures into forest. That is a fucking weird thing to do. I love that, though. I completely love that, and I think that's definitely a unique way to play. I think it's a cool strategy to have for a commander, and, check this one out if you haven't built it before. Now, for my second pick for a commander that definitely changes the way you play, I gotta go with Wan Shi Tong, All-Knowing from Avatar. Damn straight, we're getting a shout out to our boy and my brother. I know who you are. You suggested this, and I thought about it at first, and I'm like, I don't know. And then I looked into it. Yes, this commander does change the way you play, because now you're manipulating your library as much as possible, and that's a fun way to do this, because you're doing something a little different than everybody else. Yeah, they're always shuffling. Everybody's searching the library for something, but you on the other hand are putting stuff into your library. And this doesn't matter who does it, as long as somebody's doing it, it's gonna trigger, give you some tokens, and you get some money. No, but for real though, if you're capable of using something like Sensei Divining Top to put it on top of your library, as long as it's changing zones and going back into your library, that is really good. You can constantly just keep doing it. I mean, if you have ways to put on top of your library, which we know blue does that, you can literally just keep doing the Sensei Top, drawing cards and creating tokens, and it becomes a combo machine. Phenomenal card for that deck would be Sensei Top, and that's really what drove me to think about it. Yes, Sensei Top's a really strong card in general, but there's other cards that do it too. I mean, I'm just thinking, like, you can pair this motherfucker up with a Fiddlefit, bro, and it'll work good. Think of something like Brainstorm. There's an artifact version of this. Did you know that? Anyway, Wan Shi Tong, phenomenal card. I think it's definitely a commander that's going to be utilizing your library to do some weird shit. Absolutely cool commander. Highly encourage you guys to check this one out. We're going on to number 3. Number 3 is River Song. For any of you that don't know who River Song is from the Doctor Who, well, I couldn't tell you because I didn't watch Doctor Who. I had no fucking idea. But I will tell you what, River Song is dope, because this literally says just how Wan Shi wants to put cards in the middle of your library or on top or anywhere in your library. River Song is cool because she draws from the bottom of your library. You hear that? We're drawing from the bottom, and now we're going up here. That is a really cool, interesting commander, because the reason I like this, there's a lot of cards that you can manipulate that put stuff from your graveyard to the bottom of your library. You do a lot of looting effects, especially with Is-It colors. You can do a lot of card draw and discard. You can take some of the cards from your graveyard, put them on the bottom of your library, and then now you can get those cards back. I think that's a phenomenal strategy, and I think it's definitely really weird, because you're also just doing something completely different in Commander. You normally draw from the top of your library. You don't just draw from the bottom of your library, I mean, unless there's some weird format out there that I don't know about. But this is able to draw from the bottom of your library, and I think that's really cool. There's definitely ways to manipulate and have a lot of fun. Plus, she just starts beaming people in the head with her fist. I mean, she literally just starts dealing damage equal to her power. Bro, she's gonna get crazy. Everyone scries, everyone surveils, everyone does all that. If you built this one, let me know. I'm very curious to see some deck lists for this one. Number 4, I had to be really careful with this one because I don't know how to say this one properly. Understandable if you want to, comment and absolutely roast me in the comments for this one. The Capitoline Triad. I screwed it up. I know I did. I just know I did. I can feel it in my heart. This guy, all right? Them. All right, there's a bunch of them. It's a whole god system, but these motherfuckers are 10 mana. 10 mana. This creature is unique to Magic, and especially Commander. The reason I think so is because, one, it is a creature that actually gives you an emblem. Giant enormous monstrosity that's colorless. Well, yes, it's colorless, and before you say, because it is not that fun, well, let me tell you, brother. If you haven't tried a colorless deck, I highly encourage you. I actually have a video talking about, just some of the fun colorless cards out there called my Put the Bed the Broken. But besides the point, this is a great Commander for this kind of thing, because, you see, we're creating an emblem, This is something that's not really prone to happen with creatures. We only have one other creature that does that, and I'll probably talk about that in the next video. But this one takes an emblem, makes everything base power toughness 9/9, bro. This is turning all your creatures into 9/9s. You could run a bunch of cheap artifact creatures, a bunch of mirrors, a bunch of ways to just get a bunch of mana, and then pop this bad boy out and fucking make them all 9/9s. You can smack face. This is a stompy colorless deck, bro. I'm telling you, this could be a really fun deck. It does something out the blue by just creating emblems. You can create multiples of these emblems, but it really wouldn't make sense. It's just good to make it once. Exile everything, that would be a good idea. Do what you want, I guess. You can throw Eldrazi in there, you can cut them out, bro. You can make Eldrazi silent and make them all 9/9. You know how crazy this deck can get? It's definitely a fun one. If you built it, let me know. I am very interested to see some more deck lists. I did build this one, but I never actually posted it before. Maybe I'll get around to do it, but this is definitely a dope commander, and I highly encourage you guys to check this one out with a 9/9 emblem. You can't get that at your normal 7-Eleven, bro. Are you kidding me? A 9/9? And for my 5th pick, I really think this one through. Shout out to my boy Thromok, bro, the Insatiable. Dude, ooh! Cruel players unite in this one. I love this guy. I love this guy so much. I built like 2 decks with him, and each one does phenomenal. Bro, I'm telling you, try this one out. Make a bunch of 0/1s, 1/1s, any sort of creature tokens you can create. This guy goes crazy. You throw Krenko in the deck, forget it. Everyone's done for. This motherfucker becomes like 100 easy, bro. You need like 9 creatures to sacrifice, and it's over. It's over. He's already so big, it doesn't matter. You can just fling and kill somebody. But I really love the reason why this guy stands out to me as something that's different in the commander format. Something you don't really see much. Well, he has this devour ability that literally eats up your whole entire board state. Because that's the idea, right? You grow a bunch of creatures, and then you literally remove them and eat them to make this guy huge. Devour is such a cool ability. They need to bring it back more. I think the last printing of a Devour ability was on Jurassic Park. You had the Ravenous T-Rex or whatever. Cool card, but this is an actual commander that cares about Devour, so I really hope they bring back Devour. But Devour, to me, a really cool mechanic. I don't see this guy nearly enough, and I can understand maybe why. Maybe people don't want to keep devouring and eating their own creatures all the time, and I get that, sure. It's a very straightforward playstyle, but it's still a very unique way to play Magic. It is an aristocrat strategy that also just doesn't really care about getting stuff back, rather eating all your creatures and getting value from the amount of creatures you've eaten. It really doesn't take this guy much to get lethal, and I think it is super fun. I'm telling you, pair this up with Peril of Lives, dude. You throw in the token doublers and the counter doublers, this deck becomes absurd. And it's Gruul, dude. It does Gruul things. I mean, you get a little trample on there, forget it. Everyone's done for. Look, there's so many commanders in this game, and I'm only covering 5 at once just to keep these videos short. But if you're interested in more, yo, throw a like, comment, and follow for your boy here. I'm definitely trying to make it out the trenches. We want to make sure we get to 1K. We're on our way. We're like 100 away from there. So if you're watching this video now and you're debating about it, well, check out some of my other content. I guarantee I can get you a little hooked on there. All right, y'all. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Have a good rest of your evening. Have a good rest of your week, and Weezy out, baby.